Welcome to part 5 as I head back to the fascinating country that's China. China again. Right, quick kind of terminal change and let's be back on another plane. It's another new city. Hello, Chongqing. The views from this place are just next level. Absolutely insane. Good morning, day 26. First day in Chongqing. Time to go exploring. So the weather's not great today, but it's supposed to be better tomorrow. So today is kind of trying to do things that weather dependent. So I thought I'd start off with this place. City's famous Ring Mall. Now the problem you've got with a lot of Chinese cities is they look quite boring during the day, but at night they kind of really come alive with the lights. So it's actually quite hard to find stuff to kind of see during the day when it's kind of mediocre, because you then got such a small window in the evening when everything's lit up. You gotta laugh, all these people just to watch a train go into a building, even though I can't talk because I'm one of them, but anyway. So one of the other kind of fun touristy kind of gimmicky things to do here is basically what's called a Chongqing building. So directly behind me basically looks like traffic's at street level. However, if I turn around, what's behind me now, we're actually 22 floors up. It's an impressive skyline. However, I think I prefer Tianjin, purely for the fact that all the buildings were lit up in synchronisation, whereas here it's just a hodgepodge of random kind of like building light shows. Saw that? Oh my god, there are literally like every 3 steps I take there's somebody waving a camera and an iPad in front of my face trying to get me to pay them for them to take my photograph. It's 11 o'clock, I've done what, 38,000 steps. That's me done for the day. Good morning. It's a nice day in China's most populated city. Right, day 2 of Chongqing. As far as temples go, this is actually a pretty amazing one. Although sadly, no photographs are allowed in any of the kind of like prayer halls or anything. Chinese commercialism at its finest. Now, pretty much the main reason I wanted to come to Chongqing, and in fact one of the main reasons I wanted to come to China, was to catch their world record drone show with like 11,000 drones, which takes place here every Saturday night. However, I've just looked online, and for tonight only, it's been cancelled due to big sort of some school college graduation events happening in the city tonight. Absolutely gutted. So instead, I'm basically going to go up one of the big, tall observation platforms and get some great views of the city. Well, as I the sunset. Now I've just got to wait for the city to light up. Now looking online, there are kind of 5 skyscrapers that have rooftop observation decks, and even though this one I've chosen is not at all, as I said, it had like a kind of good cyberpunk vibe, and you get really good views of like the kind of lit up skyscrapers next to it. However, the observation deck up here isn't brilliant. So I'm kind of gutted, and part of me now wishes that I'd chosen the WFC building, which is directly the one behind me there. Oh well. Right, 9 o'clock, early start tomorrow, home time. Good morning, day 28, and it's time for a bit of an excursion to escape the city. Just wow. This place is just nature at its finest. Three hours later and some, 10,000 steps, and wow, what a place. Good morning. And after 4 nights in this glorious city with this glorious view, it's time to move on. This country is just crazy. I've just paid £3.50 for a 25-minute ride in a borderline limousine. So Zhangjiajie. And on that note, that brings us to the end of part 5. But join me in part 6 as I explore one of the most stunning regions of China.